Hello everybody and welcome back to another Sony Vegas Pro 15 tutorial. This tutorial I'm going to show you how to add text over a video. Text can be used for many reasons in videos. It can be used to just subtitle what people are saying, just for some extra information. There's loads of things you can use it for. It's quite a useful tool to know how to use in Sony Vegas, so let's get started. So that's really bad on my part. Me and Kai are going to Edinburgh for what day it was. It's Wednesday. Going to McDonald's, going training, going to Barham Place. We're in Edinburgh. I'm just going to open Sony Vegas Pro 15. So before we import any media, first I'm going to show you how to add text, because it doesn't specifically have to be over a video. This is because the text works on its own track. This will make sense when I show it to you. So to start, you're going to go down here to the timeline. You're going to right click, insert video track. This track is exactly the same as a track would be if you were to have a video on it, like a normal clip. And what you can do on the video track you've just made, if you right click, you can choose insert text media. Then you should get a window similar to this. I'm just going to make it a bit bigger so I can see all the options. So here I've got the text that I can change. If you look at the preview, you can see what it actually looks like. So I'm just going to write something like, "Hi YouTube." Now this may look a little bit confusing, but if you actually look at it, it works pretty much like any other text editor. You've got your fonts up here. If you use the arrow keys up and down, once that's selected, you can just go through all the fonts. There's lots of them, and of course you can install your own. You may have seen that I use this font quite a lot. This is just a font I enjoy using. I think it looks quite cool and nice. You then also have the ability to change the text color down here. It can literally be changed to any color you want. I'm just going to go for that for now. You can choose animations. These are of course optional. I don't really do them. If I do animate my text, I like to do it myself. Occasionally if you write too much, you'll get an issue where the text goes off screen. If that does happen, you just select all your text, go to the font size and just make it a bit smaller. There's also this scale slider here, but I tend not to use that as much simply because I like to keep the quality quite consistent, and if I use the scale as opposed to the font size, it could mess it up a bit. We've also got a little location tool here, so you can change where it is on the screen. You can either type it in manually here, or you can just go over to the preview and move it about. If I'm correct in thinking, this didn't actually used to be a feature in Sony Vegas. If you wanted to move the text around the screen, you had to use a different method of doing it. I'm just going to put it like at the top here. Then you've got some other options you can look into. They're pretty self-explanatory, and I'm sure if you have a look at them, you'd understand them. For now, I'm just going to close this down because I don't need it anymore. And this here is actually the text. So it works just like a video track. Wherever you put it is where you'll see it. Just like the last tutorial where I showed you how you can fade, you can also do this with text. So I can drag the beginning and end, and then if I hit play before it, you see the text kind of fades in. Now of course you'll want to possibly put text over a video a lot of the time. You may not just want text on its own, so you're going to have to start by getting the media you actually want for your video. So here I've just chose a clip which is from one of my recent vlogs on my main channel. If you haven't checked out my main channel, then I would recommend checking that out. But we're just going to drag this into the video. We could drag it onto the same track as the text, but because we want the text to be above the video, we're going to actually move it to its own track. So just move it down here and it'll automatically create its own track. Right, so to add the text over the video, you literally do just that. So I'm going to put the video at the beginning here, and I'm going to put the text over the video. So now if we play the beginning of the video and you look at the preview, you'll see the text fade in and out. So I'm just going to do a couple little edits to this to make it a little bit more interesting. I'm going to fade the beginning of this clip in and fade the end out. And then I'm also going to trim the text because I'm going to have it happen when the flip is kind of like midway through, like here. And then I want it to finish about here, so I'm just going to drag that. Now I don't want it to fade as much because the text is short. And I'm also going to change the text to say something like "wow" because I've done a flip. I'm then going to move the location of it. Although you can't see it on screen at the moment because I don't have the preview in an area where the text is shown, you can still see where it would be. So I'm just going to say I want it to appear about here, just for an example. Now I'm going to play the clip and we're going to see how that looks. So yeah, you can see the "wow," the text appear at the bottom corner. It was a bit small, But like I said, this is just an example. There's lots of things you could do with this. I usually quite like using it as sort of subtitles if it's not clear to hear what's being said, or if something funny is said, just to kind of like emphasize what's being said a bit more. But that's going to be it for this tutorial, guys, so I hope you enjoyed it. And if you would like to see the main videos I make, then once again check out my main channel. And if you want to see more tutorials, then subscribe, because there's going to be tutorials coming out all the time. That is it for this video though, so I'll see you in the next tutorial.